Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inside Out Smile. I'm your host Dr. Amber Q, and I'm thrilled and delighted that you've joined me today, so thank you for tuning in. You know, I've spoken about this before, about how time is it just feels warped, doesn't it? And it's just, everyone seems to be on edge. But the thing that I'm realising is that there is a lot that I don't know. And of course, when we don't know what we don't know, then we're quite happy. We're living in ignorance. But if you just look at what is happening in the world, just all over, just globally, everything is becoming unstable. Health is just disintegrating. I mean, that's not a surprise, really, is it? If you look at it and you look at the systems, whether it's, media that's keeping us scared and just, it's always just so negative, isn't it? Gary Vee talks about that a lot, but I always say mainstream media is basically just somebody's huge social media channel, right? But it's on mainstream media, and only a couple of people own those channels, and that must be the same worldwide. And then if you look at food and the food that we consume, and I've spoken about this a lot, obviously, as a dentist, in terms of sugar content. But if you just look at the things that we're consuming, what we're eating, drinking, what we're watching, what we're listening to, it's really interesting, isn't it? That everything is just geared towards, just paralyzing us in fear and in this weird circle. And it's very strange because I don't have a 9 to 5. And when I speak to people that have a 9 to 5, when you're out of that sort of rat race, essentially, it's very odd because you see people working that 9 to 5 and living for the weekend. And somebody said to me the other day, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" And I said, "Oh, do you know what? For me, weekdays and weekends, they all just kind of merge into, there's no kind of differentiation as such, because I'm just always kind of working on my stuff because I love it so much. So whether I'm preparing proposals or talks or courses, etc., I'm just kind of working along at it, whatever day it is. And it's just really made me think, because the more you read, you realise that you don't know. I mean, I just don't know. There's so many things I don't know. And the other interesting thing is I'm currently working with a personal trainer, and I'm feeling so good. And I'm just feeling more toned, more fit, And my sister said to me the other day, "Oh, you're looking quite toned." And a friend had mentioned that actually a few weeks ago. And so I'm feeling really great about that. But the thing that I've noticed is that my mind is becoming more clear. I have also changed my blinds. I now have blackout blinds. I've been speaking about this for ages. And then I had the blinds and I need to put the blinds up. And I'm not the tallest person in the world. So anyway, I've got a male friend to help me pop those up. And it's really helped with my sleep. And I felt quite energized this morning in a way that I've not felt for a long time. And of course, we're in October and the weather is unseasonably warm. And it's just making me think, this year has just whizzed by. It's just passed by so quickly. Where am I going to be next year? Where are you going to be next year? What is happening? I mean, obviously, by the grace of God, everything is in God's hands. So none of us know in that sense. But I've always mentioned being intentional about our own awareness of ourselves, right? So our self-awareness, our awareness of others. And yeah, I'm just noticing how much I don't know. And it's just been great trying to work on my physical health. And I still don't drink enough water. So, I mean, obviously I'm just doing what I can. And so I'm feeling more physically fit. My sleep is better. I am trying to hydrate more, but I need to do more of that. And I mean, generally in terms of food, I did treat myself to fish and chips the other day, which was so good. It was so tasty. Really enjoyed that. But for example, I will just try to consume dark chocolate, anything that's above 70%. And I did have something the other day, which was, it was 70%, but it had nuts and cherries as the kind of fruit element. And I love cherries. And so, those are the things that I'll treat myself in terms of having something sweet. I'll try and just have dates or dried figs, dark chocolate. I do have this 100% chocolate, which is like just quite bitter. So I have to have dates with that. And I do have a glass of water sitting right by me. And I have been I've restarted my athletics greens as well. But I just feel that, there's so much that I don't know. There's so much that I don't know. I think about myself, my own potential, but it's just so funny, isn't it? It was, you just kind of explore different levels of awareness within yourself. And I just think it's incredible. It's incredible. Humanity is incredible. You are incredible. And when I think about myself and how much I don't know, I'm just comparing myself to my previous self. And I think that, how much have I improved in terms of, I guess, where I see myself in the next couple of years. So it's all about just kind of winning that race with yourself. And I think that I could have done more, basically. And I feel that just getting more physically fit has made me aware of that. So I'm hoping to kind of move forward with renewed energy. So I think when you think of yourself, how are you feeling? When you think of maybe the various facets of your life, how is your physical health? How is your emotional health? How is your sleep, your hydration, your nutrition, your mindset? Are you locking your potential? Are you unlocking rather your potential? Are you locking even your potential by the things that you're doing? Because the world is just moving along at at a very erratic pace. Where are we going to be in a year? I don't know. But I think that being physically healthy is definitely going to help. I mean, I've certainly become stronger and I feel so good about that. Is there going to be another pandemic? So I don't know. These are all things to consider, right? These are things to consider. And I know that there's just so much that I don't know. And there's so much more that I need to do. And of course, with commitments that we have in life, that can be hard. But even so, there is a lot that we can do just to unlock who we really are and, not to get lost in this consumption. I think I've said before that I don't have, in the cycle of consumption, right? Don't become someone who's locked in a cycle of consumption, because it's so funny when people say to me, oh, have you seen so-and-so show on Netflix? I'm kind of like, no, I don't have Netflix, never had it, never will, don't have cable TV either, hardly ever watch TV. And I just think that life is so precious, time is so precious, and there is a lot that I do not know. So I need to just kind of move forward on that premise, finding out what I don't know and just truly unlocking my potential, which I haven't done as yet. And what about you? Something to ponder about. Until the next episode, let's all feel extraordinary, create connection and change lives.